In this video, we will talk about how to perform power calculations in an embedded circuit. This video we are doing on the request of one of the engineer. So let us start straight away. So the first thing, let us assume an electronics board, which is a PCB basically. For this, there would definitely be a connector which provides the input voltage, and then there will be input current which is consumed by this electronics board. So if you talk about the power requirement of this electronic board, we simply do V into I. That means power is nothing but voltage into current, right? So if there is electronics board, and if you are example giving a 5 volts input here, and if it is consuming 1 amp current, 5 into 1, which is nothing but 5 watt is the requirement. This is as simple as that. Now this particular input voltage can either be from an adapter or a battery. Now we are talking about a DC here. So when it is DC, it could be from an adapter or a battery. We can say power supply here, but because power supply is a lab scenario, so we are talking about field scenarios where adapter or a battery can be used. And then when you are designing this circuit, there are two scenarios. Here the board should be designed such that it is within the 5 watt capability. Example, let us assume I have an adapter here or a which is 5 volts, and this has 1 amp capability. So now I have this adapter already, and I have to design this board within this specs of this adapter. So that means I already have a power, so I have to design my electronics within that 5 watt. Now there is one more scenario where I do not have a power that is given already. I design a circuit and then tell that this is what the power that is required at the input. So two scenarios here: knowing the power at the input, not knowing the power at the input. And when in a scenario where we don't know the power, we, based on this electronics board consumption, we come up with the power and then tell this is what I need to supply and provide that. So that is how we approach our design. Now same lines, let us take a simple power tree where, let us assume I have a board. This is the entire board, right? And to this entire board, 12 volts is the input, and then I have the entire load circuitry here. So to this 12 volts, I am having a switching regulator which is generating 5 volts. And from this 5 volts, I am using a linear regulator and generating 3.3. And this 3.3 has around 250 milliohms of load, let us assume. And then there is one switching regulator which generates about 1.2, and it gives around 1 amp of output current. There is a third regulator which is a linear regulator which generates 1.5 volts at 100 milliamps. So this is a scenario. Now in this scenario, if someone asks you what is the power requirement here on the 12 volts rail, we will see how to calculate that. So that will be the aim of our tutorial here. Now let us start. First one is a linear regulator. So for a linear regulator, the input and output current is the same. So this is a 5 volts, these are 3.3 volts, because there will be only a pass element, and then the entire current would flow from input to the output. So that means here the current would be 250 milliamps, because the load requirement, output rail current is 250 milliamps, input also would be 250 milliamps for a linear regulator. Again, this is also a linear regulator. That means as the current is 100 milliamps, this also would be 100 milliamps. Now coming to the switching regulator, how do we calculate the input current is based on the efficiency of this switching regulator, which will be available in the data sheet of the switching regulators. Now let us assume I have an efficiency of 90%, which is 0.9. Now using this efficiency we have to calculate the input current here. So efficiency is nothing but P out by P in. Okay, so here we know efficiency is 0.9. P out is this output power. Output power is given by 1.2 V into I, 1.2 into 1 by input power. Input power is given by 5 and we don't know the current here. Let us assume this is I. 5 into I. So in this scenario, if you calculate, I comes as around 0.266 amps. So that means this is 250 milliamps. This linear regulator takes 250 milliamps. This takes 266 milliamps, which is nothing but 0.266, and this takes around 100 milliamps. So if you total all these on 5 volts regulator, the total current is 0.61 amps. So on 5 volts it is 0.61 amps. Now again there is a switching regulator at the input. Let us assume again the efficiency of this is 90%. There are regulators available with good efficiencies. We are just assuming the efficiency here. So efficiency is given by output by P out by P in again, right? Now efficiency is 0.9 we know. P out is given by V into I, right? At the output. At the output voltage is 5 volts here and the current we have calculated as 0.61. So 5 into 0.61 divided by 12 into I. Here the I is coming around, if you solve that, I is coming approximately around 0.28 amps. So that means for this switching regulator, as the output current is 0.61 amps at 5 volts, the input current is coming at 0.28 amps. So as we said in the first slide, we know the input voltage, we know the input current. So now if you do 12 into 0.28, which is power, which gives 3.38 watt. So that means for this load here, entire load, whatever the circuitry, whether it be microcontroller, whether it be some RS-232 transceiver, EPROMs, or any, if there is a processor, whatever may be the load, if these are the consumptions from the regulators, the total power in this scenario is required as 3.38 volt. I hope it is clear. So that means we are tracing back from the load currents to the inputs to tell the designers that this is the kind of consumption, power consumption, that this circuit will consume. So hope it is clear. Please let us know if you have any questions. We will post different power calculation scenarios in the next videos. Thanks for watching. Please like our video, subscribe our channel. Thank you.